back with another video. I just recorded a video before this video titled He Played Me, so if you haven't watched that video yet, go watch it. So by the title of this video, you already know what it is. So yeah, girl, I want to share the time that I got a Brazilian wax, my first Brazilian wax. Oh my gosh, I'm getting like anxiety thinking about it because, girl, okay, so the first time I went to go get a Brazilian wax, it's so crazy. So I didn't know, like, I had no intentions on getting a Brazilian wax that day. I always talked about wanting to get a Brazilian wax. I always talked about wanting to get a Brazilian, but I was always like scared. I always tell my boyfriend like, oh, I want to do it, but I was scared because me and Pain just don't go. So I would put it off for like the longest and always say like, oh, I'm gonna go next week, 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 and I never went. So one day my boyfriend called me. He was like, get dressed, we're going somewhere, like, you know, I'm taking you somewhere. So I'm like, okay, and I got up and I got in the shower and I got dressed, and I'm all excited, and we pull up to the European Wax Center. And I'm like, what are we doing here? And he was like, I paid, like, you know, for you to get your wax. You said you've been wanting to do it, so I paid for it. I pre-booked it for you, and you're getting it. So I'm like, what? Malik, are you serious? Like, what? Like, this is something I need to mentally prepare for. Like, I need to tell myself, Jade, you're getting a Brazilian tomorrow. Gotta be a big girl, don't cry. Like, honestly, that's how I am. Like, speaking of the devil, hello. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so like I have to mentally prepare for stuff like that because me and Pain just don't get along. Anywho, so I was like, whatever, I'm here, let's do it. So you tell them like, hey, I have an appointment. I guess he said like, oh, he made an appointment, whatever. So they're like, okay, have a seat, we'll be with you in a second. So the lady comes and she's like, hi, and she acts like, is this your first time or whatever? And I'm like, yeah. And you go in the room and it's just you and like the lady who's gonna do your wax, and she's like, okay, like, take off your pants, take off your underwear, and lay on the table. So for one, it's kind of like uncomfortable for me, at least, being in front of somebody that you don't know and they're just like, take off your pants, take off your underwear, and lay on the table. Like, you do that when you go to the doctor and get a checkup at the GYN and stuff like that. But I don't know, for me, I'll just still never get used to that feeling. So I'm like, okay, I can't remember if she left the room while I got undressed or not, but I took off my stuff and I laid on the table. And it's not even like you put anything over you. You take off your pants and you take off your underwear, and you're just laying on the table with your legs cocked up wide the open. And honestly, well, obviously, if you're going to get a wax, that means you're not groomed down there, you're not shaved. It's crazy down there. So yeah, so you just sit on the table with your legs wide open. And the lady that I had, she was cool. Like, she talked to me, she made me feel comfortable and stuff like that. So now when you go get a Brazilian, you know, when you get your eyebrows waxed, they put the wax and then they put like a piece of cloth and they rip it off. Brazilian is not like that. When you go get your Brazilian, they put wax, and the wax cools and it gets like hard, and then they rip it off. There are actually videos here on YouTube with people getting waxes, so if you haven't like seen one, go watch like a Brazilian wax video. Just put Brazilian wax video, I guess, in the search, or Brazilian wax, and you'll see it. So they put a piece of wax, it gets like dry and hard, and they rip it off. There's no like cloth that they put on top of it. Now, us as women, we know your vagina is freaking sensitive. So when someone is ripping something off of your vagina, it was so fucking excruciating. Like, this is how painful it was. After my first time, I never went back. Do you hear me? I never went back. Now, the results are bomb as fuck. Like, you're like a newborn baby all over again. but the pain, like I could not take it, so I never went back until recently. So it's basically, that was 2 years ago, and I just started going back to get a Brazilian because now I'm older and I get annoyed with shaving and stuff like that. So I'm just now going back. But after that, I didn't go back for 2 years. So back to being on the table with your legs wide open. So you're on the table with your legs wide open, and she's doing like the top part of your vagina, and then like, you know, you have the lips on your vagina, so she's like pulling the lips back and waxing there and pulling there. And then I wish I could like stand up and show y'all. Oh my gosh. So after she does like your vagina, it's a Brazilian, so they do your butt crack too. So I can't even show y'all. So when you get your butt crack done, basically, I'm gonna try to show you. You have to lift up your legs like this and put your feet up. Wait, yeah, you like lift your legs like this. Oh my gosh. And basically, like, your butt crack is there and it's open, and she puts the wax in your butt crack and she freaking rips it off. But aside from that, just having your butt crack exposed to someone is like, this is so uncomfortable. So you're uncomfortable, you're in pain. I kept sweating because I was in pain and I was nervous, and then when you sweat, the wax doesn't stick, so she ends up having to do the same area over again. So like, yeah, now that I'm going consistently every 3 weeks, honestly, it's not so bad. Like, the more you go, the better it gets, or the more you can not even the better it gets, the more you can tolerate the pain, because so the more you go, you can tolerate the pain more, because you know like what it feels like, so you're mentally like prepared for the pain, you know what to expect, so it's like not so bad anymore. And also, after you start going for a while, like consistently, like my appointments are every 3 weeks, so I was going like every 3 weeks, because like 3 weeks later I would have, like, you know, a bush again, kind of. I would go and they would take it off. But now, being that I'm going consistently, my appointments are like every 5 weeks, I guess, because being that you're stripping the hair from, like pulling the hair from the root, I guess your hair doesn't grow back as fast anymore. So like I said, I was going every 3 weeks. Now I'm going every 5 weeks, because my hair doesn't grow back as fast anymore, which is a good thing. Tips for your first time getting a Brazilian: definitely take a shower right before you go. Like, don't take a shower in the morning and go to work or to school or whatever and then go there. Like, you have to take a shower right before you go, because you'll be uncomfortable and she'll be uncomfortable if there's any kind of smell or any tissue balls. Just take a shower before you go. Definitely mentally prepare yourself, because I've never heard anyone say that a Brazilian wax doesn't hurt. Everyone that I know that has gotten a Brazilian says that it hurts. So know that it does hurt. Don't let anyone tell you that it doesn't. It may not hurt as much to you, or it may not be as painful for you as it was for me, but it definitely hurts. I also heard that before you go, you can take a painkiller like Motrin or Tylenol or Aleve or whatever pain reliever you choose, and it's supposed to help. I did it once. Did it help? Not really, but for you it might. So yeah, I heard that you can take a painkiller. And what other tips? Wear something loose, like sweatpants or a dress maybe, because you don't want to wear jeans and have like something tight in that area, like irritate in that area. I don't know if it's the same state to state or city to city, but I live here in New York City, and I went to the Brazilian Wax Center, and after your first time they give you a serum. I wish I could show it to you guys. They give you a serum, and it's basically to prevent ingrown hairs, and this serum is like $20 something. So on top of paying for your wax, you're gonna need that serum, but it's not so bad that it's $20 something, because it lasts you a while. So you won't have to buy it again till probably 3-4 months later. Bring somebody with you. Like, if you can, go with a friend and like you guys go together just for like the moral support. And you know, misery loves company, so like you in pain and I'm in pain and we could talk about it after. And yeah, so wear something loose, take a painkiller if you want, and make sure you take a shower before you go. Bring someone with you if you want. And that's all I can really think of. But my first time, girl, it was, like I said, it was a decent experience, I guess. A lot better than shaving, less time consuming. It's more painful, of course, but it's less time consuming. Your hair doesn't grow back as fast. It's definitely like a cleaner look. The results are amazing. Like, you're like a newborn baby after. If that's your preference to like just go completely bald, that's what I like. Yeah, so that's my first time getting a Brazilian wax. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Thumbs up if you like this video, if it was helpful to you. And if you be getting your Brazilian wax on, leave a comment. Like, share. Is it as painful for you guys as it is for me? Like, on a 1 to 10, how painful was it for you? So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe so that you won't miss a video whenever I post a video. See you guys in my next video. Bye. On my way down. On my way down. You were the one that was trying to keep me away.